Tartan suiting, really on trend at the moment, very, very fashionable, particularly for things like pinafore dresses. You need to be careful when dealing with things like this, because when you've got a check, a very pronounced check like this, it looks awful if it doesn't match. So I would say always cut out your pattern pieces the same way up if you possibly can. This actually, yes, actually I'm just looking at this closely. I think this is fairly symmetrical, but if you're not sure, make sure you cut out your pattern pieces the same way up. Look on the side seams of your pattern piece and you will see you've got notches, you've got lengthening and shortening lines. Make sure that as you position your pattern pieces on, that those lengthening and shortening lines, those little notches, are in the same or exactly the same place in the pattern, so that as they sit side by side, they're the same pattern repeat all the way down the garment. That's really important. If you get to a tricky part of a garment, for instance a yoke or an inset piece down the side, and you're thinking, God, how on earth am I going to match that? Try it on the cross. Try it at a 45-degree angle, like this, so it's not straight, and you might find that that works really, really well and prevents the headache of trying to match the checks. Another thing with this, it's lovely and wide, great for suiting, but also this is polyester. It will wash beautifully. Also, it's got a quality called thermoplastic. And what happens with fibres that are made from synthetic fabrics, they have a meltability about them. Now, don't melt too much. No, dangerous, dangerous. But if you press this with a hot iron, and you might want to use a muslin, you might want to use a pressing cloth, a bit of moisture, it will hold a crease. Now, it will hold a crease, so it means that if you want to do a pleated skirt, it will hold that crease for quite a while. I'm not saying it will stay in forever. They do slacken off and they do work themselves out eventually, but that's a really good feature of this fabric. So, washable, very wide. Just be careful with the checks on this one. But wouldn't this make a super kilt?